Today, na Sunday, the 16th of August, 2020. Me and our host and presenter, Mohamed Kamara, commonly known as Supermed. Inside the program today, we get a key stakeholder from the NGC party and also a social media activist, Mr. Haroun Zubairu. So ladies and gentlemen, we want first of all say very, very sorry for the technical difficulties where we get where delay before we can live. But like say, better late than never. We are there now, and hopefully next time this technical difficulty will not affect us. So ladies and gentlemen, fellow Sierra Leoneans, and other Africans when they watch me live na Facebook, na the Then and Now Media Empire. I want to welcome you all. I want to tell you thank you for joining me. And I want to appeal to you, please, share this video, share this interview live so that plenty other people will get the opportunity for Kanye from this brilliant man, who I don't see most of him videos where he don't make na social media. Na man where they hit the point directly. So if I'm following all go come down and witness this interview. So I don't allow delay again anymore. Will they come start immediately because technical difficulty don't steal some power with time. So Mr. Haroun Zubairu, welcome to the program Inside Salon today.
Thank you so much, Mr. I will call you Supermed, you know.
Yes, like that's fine, my brother.
So I'll call you that. I hope so you don't mind. Thank you so much for inviting me. This is an interesting one. I don't tell what kind on our show, but for some reason, and I'll not be able to invite me, but this time I persevere for that account on our show. Thank you very much for bringing me in the sir.
Thank you very much once more again, Mr. Haroun Zubairu, and we're glad it plenty want to get somebody like you because we see the passion where you show about Sierra Leone. And now the topic today around this interview, now the common good. As you say, the common good for Sierra Leone, for everybody in Sierra Leone, all the Sierra Leone people. Now a very, very brilliant topic, and that's what they zoom in today. But first of all, recently, we don't see you pull some video them on social media where seem for challenge or question the direction of your party in leadership. Who said they take the party because you say you see some key in them where happen at the country, you not see the party and the leadership come out and talk about anything in this. So that will bother you. And plenty of people in the social media, we say, wow, well, this man will like him because what he do now possible very, very straightforward. If he sees something, and then they either me, they question him, and then can't see how the waiting. But so suddenly we see you make an apology again for that audio day. So I feel say viewers them go like for let you go clarify around that topic. Why you make the first video first and why you make the second video and make the apology for.
Right. So Supermed, for some reason, I'm not able to share them on my own Facebook. I don't know if you did on, but it's on Facebook right now on Then and Now.
Yes, we did live, yes, definitely.
Okay. Good, okay. Probably go send them while you listen to me through the link so I'll be able to get them.
Okay,
yes,
okay, I'll do that.
Question. Yeah, about 2 weeks ago, I decided to make a video and really cast aspersion and say some words to them against the current leader, Parliament, Dr. Kande Koleyum Keller, and also the other NGC member in the Parliament. Then later on, I've been going to apologize. And you can do so, sir?
Yes, we'll get you loud and clear.
Yeah. And the reason why I've been do that, sir, now because okay, I'm not able to get the link again. Okay, you get it now, sir?
Yes, I don't send you the link back way. If they just tap on a number on your own WhatsApp, if you share with them, then they will go direct.
Okay, great. Okay. Okay, great. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. So they come up now. Yeah, good. Then I can share now and share. Thank you very much. Yeah. So I've been go ahead and express myself now the social media, and then it go all over the world, and it become a problem for me. And then I end up for apologize. Waiting make I do that. Waiting are the reason that I just bust and just say what I say. To be honest with you, I see Mr. Kane when they choose as the electoral commissioner. When I look the constitution and when I consult with some people and lawyer them, including some constitutional lawyer them, they say this man not being qualified. And not be qualified for let actually run the election of the country. But Superman, me and you know, elections have consequence. Election or leaders that make a difference in our life. You can see how much today the president will get, how they abuse power. So it get consequence. So because this is not the core of my life, I decide for challenge Dr. Yom Kela on a decision. But what to make I've been able for, what to make I've been do that? Because it come and say then they support him. But what I not be look at is not only no more make the decision, but now they all collectively, now they all make the decision, say, then they support the man. And the NGC party then decide say that they do him. But I cast this on Dr. Yom Kela. And I tell them, they say, now in cause this, now in this, because we didn't look at saying at the head of parliament. So now I make a jump on them. So my apology was because I not get the facts together, I not put all the things then together for let I come up with my case, and certain things that they were saying were not being actually accurate the way I put them. So for that reason, and also the tension with the go to a point where I think I look at the people and I say, you know what's in? Then they cry, then they fight, then they cost me mommy, then they do all kinds of things. So me not be worried because now me put myself in that light. So I know what's going to be the part of it and call. But the campaign where they inflict on them, challenging everybody was wrong. So I look at them and I say, you know what's in? I get to put this on end. I look at it in a perspective. I apologize to them, apologize to the party and Dr. Yom Kela, and make sure say for every time I get for come and oppose anything, first, I want to consult with Dr. Yom Kela, then his Bright and all the leadership then before ever I talk. So what I do? I apologize to Dr. Yom Kela, Dr. Bright, all the leadership, and I say, okay, let's go and apologize. And they accept the apology. Because again, the way I go, I come to the media, it's like you laundry within your own house, you take it away and not it. So it was wrong. So for that reason, I sincerely apologize to the party, the people who are inflict pain on, and next time it not go happen that way. So now that happened to Wisa.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Haroun Zubairu. Because to make I ask you that question here first. When you make that statement there, plenty people well, maybe most of them not to be NGC members they support you, say what you talk not true. Because like what you say, plenty lawyers talk and say, according to the constitution, what we get in a salon, this man not meets the criteria. Like for instance, because the same criteria where they apply for get somebody for become a member of parliament, now the same conditionality him as a chief electoral commissioner for go through. So what people be surprised by the leader of the NGC when the Honorable Dr. Kane Yom Kela is when he comes say young lawyers them and a young team not see any legal basis for object this man in appointment. So people will shock and confused about that because they say, but we don't consult lawyers them and they don't always say this thorough. Then when they see you can make that audio, then I'll say exactly so what in Mr. Haroun Zubairu will say na true thing. So I mean, you apologize now because you said the truth, or maybe because the party membership who all belong to lean on you. They say so man they harass you, supposing curse you, supposing see you bad, say well you don't put you leaning outside where for them inside. Is that the case why make you apologize, or you apologize because if you say a wrong waiting in relation to that point today?
Well, again, me not a lawyer, just like we're economists, me not medical study. Okay, so waiting can happen now. Dr. Yom Kela go a consult with the NGC lawyer them, where then get the opinion, right? And also, when I say 95% of the time they vote for, they support the matter bill, it was not accurate, right? And when I say most of the time it is support every nominee, it was not directly correct. But again, you get to understand the semantics that we continue to say alone, how politics they play. Because they get intimidation, so tell you get for balance things, so you won't bills then go pass. So all the things that they come to play, which I not do, I not try to encapsulate all the things that they before I make my decision. So when I make the statement, it was not correct. And again, and I make a decision, I apologize. Me not a truthful person. I make the because I did that at 11 o'clock because of Mr. Kane. based on what me think on Mr. Kane, this is my opinion. Mr. Kane was not qualified for run the election. Now we continue. The reason why they said if you're not able to run for parliament, then you're not going to be electoral commissioner. What did that say? You're not going to run for parliament. It said if the criteria for let you be the electoral commissioner, you need to go through the same process. If you not go through if you not get all the criteria, then you're not qualified. So this is clear. But the leadership they say, the young lawyer they say, no, the man qualified. So what did they say? Now their choice. Me and the accusation them first not just 3 minutes video. So in all length in my explanation. For that reason, that's a distortion. I'm not elaborate in a length. That number one. Number two, when I put them out now the street, it was wrong for being a calm and why not consult the people, especially where me not a stakeholder na the party. So that not a mistake there.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Haroun Zubairu. We don't clarify that point, say, and I feel say people also were a little bit disappointed because then take them say NGC na party where come say then they na straight road. They're not going to follow the historical perspective of political parties in our country. So in democracy, criticism na part of democracy, questioning leadership na part of democracy and true democracy. So people were shocked to learn that people in the NGC where we go that mantra, they where you raise your own objection. And I think so you still stand by him. Say the man, Mr. Mohamed Kone, not qualified according to the constitution. Despite what your party leadership say the man qualified. You still believe on that?
The party come with their own conclusion. Again, another now the leadership. Only go tell you seminar is stakeholder. You understand me? Meaning I get a voice. Meaning they can listen to me. With reference that I make when even Dr. Yom Kela, we spent in most of the time that the West, you understand who's are the come out. You understand who's are the come out. But one thing where it was painful to him was when I make the statement saying, a command at the north, okay, and then they killed so many people and they are not able. This is just a 3 minutes video, but it was too strong. And then but guess what? Dr. Yom Kela was one of the only person I member of parliament who speak out against the persistent killing, the injustice, and all that that they continue. So when Dr. Yom Kela speak, people listen, and it only talk about anything else. But again, maybe the thing say, well, me and the activists are they outside. Me can talk anytime. Nobody no go hold me accountable. But Dr. Yom Kela gets his own time where they talk. Me the thing say Dr. Yom Kela can talk more and fight more. But again, it's a process. So that's where the distinction is. But Dr. Yom Kela and the major party leader, they're able to understand, say, I get right for speak. That's one. Number two, if I not feel for go through the chair, I can still go ahead and speak. But then they get the right for respond. And the way they respond, I can see they're emotional. They're in pain. I not do the right thing. So they come and jump on me. So I get for balance them. Now I make you see I come out and say, you know what, now I apologize to both parties and then we move on.
Okay, thank you very much again, Mr. Haroun Zubairu. And please, at the ask on the chat room, please now continue for share so that Lord get people, plenty people for watch this interview. This interview is very, very fascinating and interesting. So please now share. I want to all thank you, Madam Mariam Ibrahim, Madam Beatrice Jones, thank you very much for your comments. All welcome in the chat room. Continue for share, please. Also, again, I want to tell you big information where I want you from this platform here. So, from next week, this platform here, so all in broadcast, then will be broadcast live in Sierra Leone, a big TV station in Sierra Leone, but that will be the surprise. Next week, we're going to know the television station, we're going to broadcast all the way to the top, all interviewing at this particular platform, live in a salon where people themselves go listen them live and they join like how they join the platform no more. So that's the great big news where we want to share with you all. But next week again, we will tell the television platform where they do that. And again, we will continue for telling. Thank you plenty. We will continue for share. Mr. Haroun Zubairu.
Yes, sir.
Again, people like we are saying no more, they want all the political leaders then into I estimate because of the history and because of all what you don't go through now that we continue, people don't learn, what people don't see. And Mr. Kane Kole Kela, Honorable Kane Kole Kela, is now part of the government because in a part of the legislature, so that they all make the government now, it's no longer out of government anymore. But what people they doubt power, what people they don't see, is they remember say, well, this person as a neutral person will say, in one straightforward business, then they see some kids in the way they happen in a parliament, where they expect the Honorable Dr. Kane Kole Kela for be some sort of bridge between the other main political parties then, where for speak truth to power. But some people they say, they know they see that. And an example that they give is that state of emergency. Because they say they'll be like the mediator between the ruling party and the main opposition party. When a SLPP and APC, now be the mediator and then we don't arrange say the states, the attorney general for come back to them and can get the way how the state of emergency for go, the waiting call for govern the state of emergency. But that never happened. So some people they take and say either the government, when the SLPP government ridicule them all or use them like say they don't get sense, they don't get no experience because they come, then fool them, tell them, say, when I give this state of emergency, we'll come back, we'll arrange all our everything will work out. Then later on, the non-local again and the state of emergency stand. What's how you respond in that particular state of emergency issue there?
Yeah.
In the criticism way Dr. Kane Kole Kela gets.
Ask that very interesting question. Again, when they do the state of emergency, vehemently be opposed to them. Again, me an outsider, and when I look things, I see them in a bigger perspective, waiting. Because one, I think say, Madabio have the tendency for abuse power. So I'm not going to give them that kind of thing. In my own opinion, I'm not going to give them that kind of power. But what's happen with Dr. Kela? What to make him do? And the question, now I asked that question, what to make it do? Because again, the coronavirus, we don't say it will set your foot in Sierra Leone anytime from that same day. What did Dr. Kela do? And make sure you see outside the PPEs, then the doctors, them, the nurses, them, all things set up, and also go quarantine people, them. They do all of that. But again, when something like this, they can win a pandemic where they all over the world, you got to put things in place. You got to make sure, say, the president and the administration get everything right before it sets in foot in the country. So Dr. Kela in the say, we're not going to make sure, you're not going to be 1 year. What you go do? We go give 3 months, even though this constitution not say 1 year, 3 months. He only said 21 days. So, but we extend it for you for three months. Then you go come back and we go deliberate on them and see if we give you this power. Well, as we know, Madabio and the administration, they lie. Dr. Kela said, okay, I go champion this with you now. I go make sure so we all come together and push them forward for 3 months. Guess what's going to happen? Now, the 1 year, up till now, the 1 year day, Madabio get the right for seize your oaths, kill you people them, jail you for nothing, and not get nothing for accounts to you with funding and all that thing and day. So now that now will be the question. But the true fact was, yes, the president have to forget everything in hand at his disposal if anything come to our country. Just for example, like what may happen with the Ebola time. So then get that power there. So I understand outside Dr. Kela in the come up with this. But again, if maybe then at that position there, in my opinion, I will never give it to him. He can take him because he get the right. But we see the Attorney General when Priscilla Schwartz, where we know say this woman go abuse in power. If maybe then at the position, obviously me talk so much against Priscilla Schwartz. Where you see people that congratulate me because I talk about this Attorney General, where if you don't go about stamp, everything will come. And it come, instead of you run for you help the country, you come, they sing Madabio, all thing about the president. But we're glad today we're in order power inside 1 month after we begin to talk about Priscilla Schwartz. So now that me answer, Sam.
Okay, then thank you very much once more again for that clear answer there. The other thing people go ask the NGC, the National Grand Coalition, where people them doubt and people them say, well, this party is born actually out of SLPP because why where Dr. Kane Kole Kela come na salon if he not be too glady waiting SLPP and APC they do, why it's guy for go join SLPP, he not go form his own party and like minds people and go join them there then they start from there. Why he decide for go first, for go join SLPP, and where he not be able to get the flag bearership, eventually he go from NGC. So what you go say to that? Well, plenty people, now the major criticism when they come with against the Honorable Dr. Kane Kolayum-Kela and the NGC party.
Yeah, Superman. Well, let's think about this. First, me not going for answer for Dr. Yom-Kela, but I will only give me your opinion, right? Dr. Yom-Kela, it's just like if we didn't at the party, people and they will support him, people then they will like him. So when they treat him the way they treat him, then disrespect him, then cause him mama, then lock him away from the offices, then do all kinds of things. They tell us, say, not part of the party, you not get registration, you not get ID card, everything. They go against the man. So when he decide for defect, people and they obviously wake up for follow him. And other them, there's some of in party people them, where the SLPP people them. If you become independent, then it will be understand. But if you come out the party, like me, if I've been there as a Democrat, then people and they will support me. Guess what's going to happen? If I the left, people will support me based on the treatment, they go follow me. So now they follow Dr. Yom-Kela. But me not ever be there by any political party. But today, I mean a fervent supporter of the NGC and Dr. Yom-Kela. So for let people and they say now SLPP number 2, it makes sense. But again, let's be honest. The man come on at the party, he put people in the party every day, they follow him, and they create another party, and other people like we join. So I don't know whose side problem there with that, really.
Okay, thank you again once more, Mr. Haroun Zubairu. The issue about that question is very fundamental in the description where NGC, they give APC and SLPP. Because people are saying, if NGC, they say, APC and SLPP in Alusan and Alasan, now people know they do all kind of bad trick. So can the Honorable Dr. Kane Kolayom-Kela know that? Why he go decide for go join SLPP where you know say them people are get bad trick, not so good, not so democratic people and not so people that were good for the country. Why he decide for go join the way he know all that? Instead of for let go form your new party, where make sure say it completely different from them people that way it no say they're not good for the country at all.
Yeah, Superman. So listen, again, another talk on Dr. Yom-Kela, and probably will answer the question very well. You know, for anything what they do, if Dr. Yom-Kela in the West, he go join SLPP. He say in Papa Kude Komode, so obviously naturally he join SLPP. But when you come inside, when you begin look, waiting the APC, the SLPP, you see all both of them, then they do this, and they have the same playbook. Then you start thinking, man, this is not right. Again, for being independent. And me as an individual, wait to make a dinner NGC because of the independent, where they're able to be independent against the two party them and make them straightforward for the people. Now I make you join. But Dr. Yom-Kela obviously come into the system and find out, say, the two party then are the same. It don't make sense for letting that party day. And the treatment make it decide for left. So then they again, now my own opinion. I'm not the talk for them, make people nothing say me they talk in reference to Dr. Yom-Kela or directly waiting at the policy for the NGC. That I'm not doing that, and I know many people hold me accountable. I just talk as an individual. We happen to be a stakeholder now NGC. That's the way I talk.
Okay, thank you very much once more, Mr. Haroun Zubairu, and definitely what you talk now. Well, the viewers and please now say now Mr. Haroun Zubairu your own opinion, and then they talk for the party, the NGC party. Although in a key stakeholder, and they talk in your own opinion, I see things. I in the think about things that they talk about. So now in your talk, it's not so for say they talk what he talk. So now in the NGC party say, I want to understand and they clearly. And please, always continue for share. Please, and when I comment them and I views them, all welcome at the platform. I see plenty comments them and views them they come up. When I thank you very much, and I continue for the send comments them and when I views them very much. So welcome. And Mr. Haroun Zubairu again. The other thing again. Criticism what NGC get from the APC is this. Now, when NGC when they can stand that election in 2018, although they say most of the other key stakeholders then come on at the Southeast, they not be able to get better vote at the Southeast at all. Now, they manage for getting votes. So the many people at the APC party now they say the NGC party basically now a spoiler for the APC party because they want to take votes from the APC party we go allow SLPP go win because waiting do, then they will take votes from the SLPP party. And according to that result, will be come out 2018, that border facts, what do you respond to what that particular argument say?
Good question. They say Dr. Yom Keller and the NGC take the vote from them. Whether or not they take the vote, now APC they're responsible for that. They're able to win the votes them now the North. Waiting happen now their choice. With the decision they would make during their regime, that they make and that they're responsible for that. But for let you say you blame somebody for your failure, this is the competition. This is the competition. Can the Yom Keller run and all the other 4 people they run now the North, Northeast, they win. APC, if they do good to the people, they will not vote for them. But they not do good. When you take all the other things that will happen during that same day, you find out same APC lacking in a lot of things. Whether not the economy, corruption, the light, the road, you name them. It was too much. So the people are revolt and say, no. Well, when you come to the Southeast, guess what's going to happen, Sam? You in your rights, man, you think say they actually win all the seats day? Absolutely not. Then thief the votes them. Madabia then thief them. We vice president commander that area day. Why he lost? They thief the vote. I'm telling you, whether or not you believe this, Madabia a kleptomaniac. Madabia a ruthless politician. Madabia not care about anybody by all possible means. It will take power on anybody and without looking back. So it take him over upon himself for win that election on that side. So the next election, I make they put emphasis on who that get for win the election because we know say they go play the same book the next time.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Brother Haroun Zubairu. And I believe say people then go and make up the mind in them, then respond the way they don't give because other people then will get their own different opinion. But like where I say most of what you talk so now your opinion and you talk out of your own support for NGC and what's then called for NGC. But again, NGC and Dr. Kale Kole Yom Keller, people then say this party now one person party and the NGC their own mentality in terms of for campaigning people them na salon the kind of politics they do now that elitist politics when they try for tell the salon people they say salon people them fool they don't get sense I mean they vote for SLPP or APC then they come and explain to the people them why the people them for vote for them so then they look the people them down or talk to the people them down so the people them ignore them for that. Now one of the reasons now they will make them show of the voting be very very low than that 2018. What do you say towards that?
You know, this is so wrong for let people say kind of Yom Keller. Now not the only person. We get so many people that will evolve right now where we not put them outside of the public. But some if Dr. Yom Keller left today, NGC they still stand. If Dr. Yom Keller left today, NGC will still continue. Guess what to do? Because we don't begin win the mind and the soul of the people them. Eventually, before the election they come, you will see people them where go come and run under NGC as you say. So eventually, let me just wait. Let me see. But if Dr. Yom Keller left today, people they evolve and become the leader day. So let me just watch what they go on.
Okay, thank you very much. Then other thing again, the way I want to ask quickly, because it's very, very important as well. During that campaign day, for that 2018 election, we see where Dr. Kale Yom Keller be making an allegation, say the APC party eat some money, almost $1 million, where they give them for fight Ebola. He say, in fact, the Western country, they investigate them right now. But now we can't see, say, that thing not be turned out for be true because waiting do even the current anti-corruption commissioner, we don't do an investigation. We find out, say, them money, they not be disappear as they allege. Now, waiting the Red Cross and the international organization, and then they deal with them money, not to be Salon government at all. So people now they question the kind of tactics where the Honorable Dr. Kale Yom Keller they use for that particular election, and if we come and tell people them think them where not turn out for be true. You feel that tactics it was very good, or there's some way you plan out?
You know, it's so interesting because we at NGC we always focus on the people them. Not only that, Dr. Anis Baikoma, instead talk say, I tell them say, men don't thief that money they on a video. So if the leader of the party say, I tell the men not thief that money, then get cost say they thief $2 million, we can go with waiting that the fact, waiting that they say. So based on that, now I make we say money go, we don't know who go. But not only that, we make we talk about money business. When Dr.
No, but Mr. Haroun Zubairu, I want to press you for that issue there. Because me see the video where the Honorable Dr. Kale Yomkela himself say, if they say 2 million, I think it's 14 million or something like that. He said, in fact, the Westman Paper investigate them now. Say that APC don't eat for that Ebola money. But that does not turn out to be true because according to even the opponent of APC, this is not an APC, their own investigation. This is not SLPP, their own anti-corruption commissioner, your own investigation. He said not to say it be.
So no, go first. You know, the anti-corruption man right now where we get Steve. Now man where they abuse power. Now man where they commit crime against humanity. Now man where bias in investigation. We all know that, and probably you say go know that in the near future. See how much they can destroy APC because of power. So waiting Francis Ben Kemfala they say, I know they take it serious. Not believe what they say. And you know, so politics they play the game. For let me sit down and say, or for me accept say Dr. Yomkela deceived the people. I go be that are slim to God. For let me say that because we self know say there was an investigation. Not only that, me Haroun Zubairu talk on the $2 million when lost from get cost. This was fact. And we're not going to say that was a deception because we can for know who side Dr. Yomkela gets in facts from, where is serious say because not only the investigator, but other people. But also we see Lara Taylor also they investigate on so many things them where Anas Baikoma they do then 10 and day. So it raised a lot of questions them during that same day. That make me say I'm what you say. Me and your opinion that one day.
Yes, thank you very much. Again, we don't clear that part today, but the only thing I think say like the viewers then go be the judge for that way and call it because that statement was made, and now I believe say even by Kefala no go favor APC because he's fighting against APC. So if APC will be team, it will be well ahead, happy for exposing APC.
Ben Kefala they compromise with people them where go benefits them. So again, you see how it goes. Certain thing and the way they give pass on APC. Certain thing and they again it's all politics under corruption, anti-corruption. We don't believe this man. This man we get for make a popular, and we will continue to talk about how Ben Kefala abuse with people, them destroy we and give a pass to SLPP. Today, as we talk so, just the coronavirus. Not to we say it investigate $54 million where disappear right now. So we want to know outside that come out. But not only that again, the same Lara Taylor Kamara don't say, don't say again, 144 billion disappear today. Waiting Ben Kefala again for say, now we see what's in there happen.
Okay, thank you very much. But again, I want to give me your assessment because NGC in one party, when they become, where they really talk into many issues. Waiting on ABC yesterday, during the previous government, the APC government, where we good for the last 10 years. And this current government are done past 2 years. If they say make you juxtapose, then you compare and contrast. What are the difference? So I'm better passing company. If they grade a 1 to 10, I go grade both of the two parties them so far.
Wow, you're a smart man. You won't get me to that point. But I'm gonna be honest because I know how you to go with the question, but I will still answer them. When I begin talk about the economy, during Anas Baikoma in time, the economy been bad. It been good up to before the Ebola. Then we know say Anas Baikoma, when it take over the country, we entire debt, they wipe them off. Anas Baikoma go alleged, we get $2.5 billion debt today. We all know that. But the economy, there was cash flowing. The gas price was done. The basic things in our life was done. Even when it comes to austerity, Anas Baikoma no impose on we. But Marabio imposed that on we. Today, gas price, the currency exchange, the killing of ordinary individual in the country, it was today. Today, we see how tribalism become the normal thing in our country. We see how the president, they inflict pain on the ordinary Sierra Leonean them. We see how much they arrest and jail people them. And as Baikoma was not that type of a person. If they do some things, but not this worst. So that's the difference with them today.
So if they give grade so far, between two countries, what are you going to give And this current administration now, the SLPP government, so far, waiting at the gateway go give them 10 being the best and 0 being the worst.
With Madam Bill in administration, let me tell you, nothing you not do at this point in time where you go say very significant. At least, and as Baikoma create a dilapidated road them, but the road they're open today. I don't know who's you go Sierra Leone, but today you see more roads than Sierra Leone. Even though the price was too exorbitant, it was too much. It was a road. Not only that, we see lights with it. Like I tell you today, Sam. As we talk right now, 70% of the country completely dark as we talk today. The lights, not the only 15 to 30% lights that the entire country. And as Baikoma was able to give me light a little bit. Me not the talk I'm true. But when you come to Madabio today, nothing not the way able for talk. You see, let people watch Udan and Madabio, they take credit for things the way you not even do. And as Baikoma, it builds some hospital them. We know that. But how much? Now 500 beds today. You know, it do small, but it is more. That's the fact. And as Baikoma, it wealthy today.
No, okay. But I was Zubairu.
Yes.
I think you don't contrast two words and you say it is that the fact. The fact is the no one day find the man guilty say it's thief. Not also. Have they found him guilty in any court of law saying thief?
Again, a president get privilege. They're not allowed. If that happened, if the mistake accused Ames Baikoma, there will be a war in that country. They saw.
No, but Mr. Uzibau, there is a commission of inquiry where we take place. We'll look into the previous administration, including Dr. Ames Baikoma. But I obviously not get the white paper out yet of that. But nothing not find and say a thief. So you cannot say it's a fact. Maybe in your opinion, you feel say a thief. But not a fact, because the fact now for say 24 hours in a day, that's not a fact. That way get opinion. Yes.
I can tell you no more. What you gonna know no more? The wealth way Ames Baikoma get today, not to in business to get them. That's the number one. Not so. The wealth.
No, but you cannot establish that fact because nobody not established and my law yet said that is a fact. Now, okay. Opinion. I want you tell you accepting my opinion.
No, we know. We listen. We're not going to establish some facts. That you know what to do, because the way our politics they play, until we're able to capture them in the day, we're not going to able to give facts, but we're going to see evidence them. Let me tell you, I know so many APC people and today. We're not wealthy people in our country today. We're not even get them. They are wealthy people than today. We don't see how they happen today. Mother Bill and brother law. If they drive, first in a small Jeep with the drive, right now they drive $109,000 Range Rover. We they see outside all that in the car. And when you see people are not being get them, we get people like a combo Camara. You want to see a mansion, I know what they be doing now. So outside is able to build a mansion with millions of dollars. It make Ames Baikoma go watch in Osway it gets. In Osway it gets a ramp when they come right inside us. No, so we know the people that will surround Ames Baikoma. We're wealthy today, but again, let them do the investigation, and we will continue to fight on the current administration also. Now, I make it the same. The money will flow through the government and the country when Ames Baikoma they done that too.
Okay, thank you very much, brother Haroun Zubairu. Again, now I'll take you back to NGC. As you know, a key stakeholder at the NGC party. One of the major criticism where people have been leveled against the Honorable Dr. Kale Kole Yomkela is, if I take you back to over a year ago when this parliament sit down, when they make some proposal for when they increase their salary, when they give them wardrobe allowance, medical allowance, then present that proposal to the Ministry of Finance. What you begin to understand is that the Ministry of Finance, one asks Parliament, say Parliament allow them, and then go get a procurement department. The Parliament refused that. So Ministry of Finance decide for blackmail them by releasing them demand and to the public. So the public will outrage, say, how them parliamentarians they are go get mine. They ask for $20,000 for medical, $5,000 for wardrobe, all those sorts of things. Where people in this country, for it say they don't get them. Yeah. But what I ask you that question, the Honorable Dr. Kale Yomkela was the first to come out for condemn the fellow parliamentarians. But suddenly, we will see two parliamentarians and Kamo can say, they were shocked that Honorable Kale Kole Yomkela criticized them because what he do, Honorable Kale Kole Yomkela was part and parcel of that negotiation. Now they all sit down when they tie, when they say, no, go make them request there. When this still don't come out of the public in Yai, it backfire, now it don't come out quick and they can't oppose we all. Let's say not be mixed at all. So what do you take again?
Yeah, Supermed. You know, again, people are waiting at the media, when they watch it, they go at the media and they're not able to know. Just like way John Kerry say, I voted for before I vote against. I don't know if you remember that, what they're all against them. This is exactly what happened. Me people and get for understand. What happened with Dr. Yonkela at that time? What do you get for understand? Parliamentarian them, not so legislator no more. Then get for the help them people in that the constituents them. Meaning, when person die, then you get for help. The road work that them. They need bridge at them. They need water at them. All things. So all that thing and they come to play. Dr. Yonkela will participate in them as he say, but based on what he see, the amount of money was too much. So based on what the parliamentarian and they for, now their constituents, and they'll tell you if you have been member of parliament today, they go ask for so much from you. They're not to make better money for let them get for help people them. Like constituency 110. Now only the 90,000 people in the day. You tell me say one representative going for take care of all them people and all they needs them. Because the next hour where you win, then they begin things say that you can begin to support them. So I understand Usai Dr. Yonkela be the commot, but I understand Usai come again say, you know it's in, let's find another way. Let them understand, say, we purpose na parliament, now for legislate, we not to person for do A, B, and C for individual them, now the constituency them. That's how up there I understand them.
Okay, but what you be what's in the question? I think I rephrase them back to you. I understand Mr. be sympathize with the MPs them. And no say their salary is small and they get plenty commitment to them people. But what's the problem is when this thing come on though, because of the public criticize the MP them, Dr. Kane Yonkela said join and criticize the MP them. Pass where the other MP then come out say no, Dr. Kane Yonkela said they criticize we so. Now we all labor this talk, we agree say no, we make them demand they are so. So if you understand now, so the people take and say it was sort of a betrayal, all join together. When I say when I want to go make this, what I don't make it now, when it don't come out, then me come out, I can't criticize my all. This is the narrative here where many people were disappointed, most of the MPs them, and people who didn't again because the MPs them went on national television and said that. So people say, hey, but Dr. Kane Yonkela they can't criticize. You mean that only partner? So this was the criticism that he faced.
Yes. So if you ever understand what's happening, if Dr. Yonkela, in fact, I watch away it talk, I be doing and I want airport where he talk that. What he come to conclusion is the amount of money was too much. Yes, I know say they say now part of the conversation and also the deal. That's me, I don't understand that side how Dr. Yonkela come about that, but I can only tell you say it come to his senses. There's nothing wrong for let anybody come to his senses say, you know what, this is wrong. Yes, then we'll say that we'll be there for the negotiation, but I decide for deviate because it affects the people them. And I will continue for.
Well, thank you very much, but as well, I know I caught you inside again, but like when you answer Solomon, that was have been the best answer. I said I will all be negotiate this, but really I don't come to my senses. This is not correct because of the situation we'll find we country at. But Mr. Honorable Kane Yonkela did not say that. He outrightly condemned the MPs as being a little bit greedy because I don't go demanding the. So people were thinking, well, this guy, he said something good. The other MP then cannot say no, not to say B. That is not what they put together for making demand. So people were shocked.
No, again, Dr. Yonkela no category say pretend like Enobi know what's in the go on. Or Enobi they part of, and that's not what Dr. Yonkela say. I don't want to let people and get this feeling say Dr. Yonkela be the part of her and it pretend like Enobi day. Again, it depends on if we get video go, you listen to what Dr. Yonkela been say, and then you see who side they come out from. You know, but for let we say he play games and he deceive the people. I know I could go that far because Dr. Yonkela is far from being dishonest. I can tell you that for true.
Okay, thank you very much. I understand your own point when it's time for, but I'm the type of zoom in that question because that question raised a massive controversy because what even happened, the MPs them from the other parties them began to go to national TV just because we go counter what Dr. Kane Yonkela say. So they were not happy with the statement because it looked like say he put the blame that they ate when they all be there param together. And that one be many people as well were shocked because people the way Dr. Haroun be talk, they supported him. They think, oh, this man is really like the country talk to. But when they can find out, say now they all began this plan. You know, somehow, I mean, I'm not saying it's deceiving people, but people will go get them different perceptions, say, well, this is something funny here because why you not be done tell we say what be about this or this is not good, this, you know, how you take I mean, it's really
let me tell you what's in happen. Dr. Yom Kela make a statement whilst they're about to board a plane. Number two, now impulsive reaction from the member of parliament there. And guess what to make them impulsive? Because then they expect more money. So then jump on Dr. Yom Kela. So the impulsive, like, oh my God, you did against me now, so no get that money there. Now jump on Dr. Yom Kela and tell the people and say, it's a bit part of the game. So Dr. Yom Kela, is that one for board plane. Number two, the member of parliament there, they want plenty of money in their hand. Obviously, we see how they bribe everybody now the parliament. So Dr. Yom Kela, then they cast the bill on her because they know they get the money. Now I make you see them point finger on her. Not because that Dr. Yom Kela, but because Dr. Yom Kela said, no, this is too exorbitant. They make them jump on her. And also Dr. Yom Kela, and we get short time for make the statement before they board the plane. Now I make it see him.
Okay, thank you very much again, Brother Haroun Zubairu. Again, now zoom in, but then the so-called killings that already happen in our country. We see from Tonkolimba, from my 91, from Lonsa, from Tombo, and waiting most of who they describe as a massacre in Panemba Road. What thing are you take, you know, in terms of then kind of killing and then kind of atrocities that already take place in our country with the administration, the current administration, and the people that were supposed for look after the people. What thing are you taking? What thing they go on parenting?
Yeah, Madabio, me fumble them. Now the only man we don't commit treason twice. Now we country. Madabio, of all the presidents and today in Africa, Madabio don't kill more of his own citizens than all of them combined. Madabio that the person way ruthless when he see with people and they die. When you see them, they kill with picking them. When you see people and they shed blood. When you see we in Sierra Leone, they cry for pain. Madabio hide. It continue for kill with people them. We know what's happening at Panemba Road. They kill 48 people them. You know, so I go dump them. Now the Ebola cemetery, you know, get the gut, you know, get the empathy, you know, sorry for the people them. You go dump them, you know, even tell the people and say the people that don't die. It constantly ask the military for kill with people them. And Supermed, I can tell you today, the top 9 people them where they now the military today, all of them today, Madabio don't make them be MND people them. All the time, the top 9 people them now the military today, Madabio don't make them the leader. So you see how much that they kill with people them. You see how Mr. Abu threatened people in the McKinney on the north. Say they go kill them, picking them. He suspend Abu, then Brian come back, and now the killing take place in less than 1 month. Madabia intend for capture power, maintain power, as long as it exists. Madabia will continue for kill with people then if we not sit back and watch what's going to happen. Think about this, my friend. When you shoot somebody where they stone you, when the bullet, then they go, live bullet, they go, they penetrate through their heart, then they bleed profusely. Young 21-year-old person, they die, they bleed. If they become pale, cyanotic, and then if they gasp for air, till it die, you see you begin to die just because of a generator. Just because of politics, you grab, they shoot people in Panemba Road. That is crime against humanity. The only time you fight against a tyrant, when he slap you one, you slap him twice. When you fight him, it will not say, Madabio has not been tested yet. And somebody need for test Madabio in these actions, in this amount of killing, so we people them. So I'm looking for stand against this tyrant. So I'm looking for make sure say we fight against them by all possible means. So me say, we get for stand and go to the international world and fight against Madabio by all possible means.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Haroun Zubairu, for that lengthy criticism of the Madabio administration. I want to let people know, say this is your opinion. Now, what you think, you know, they talk on behalf of the NGC party, you talk as a Sierra Leonean. When are your opinion, how you see things they go to the country, now you talk about. And I want to let people understand from that angle, Mr. Zubairu, they talk in your opinion. And then they talk for the NGCO, although like key stakeholder at the NGC party, they talk what they see at the country, how you see things, now say they later. And again, thank you very much, Mr. Haroun Zubairu. And we also want to zoom in again as we go in and out with the currents now and the NGC party, itself as a party. You know, the other major criticism where I like to you earlier on is that the method of campaign where the NGC and supporters them, the NGC party, they apply for campaigning people in a salon, then they look down on the people. Then they go meet the people and explain to the people what to make the people for vote for them. Instead, they tell people and say, if you don't vote for we, you know, because you fool. Now, because of you don't get sense, I make you know vote for we. So one of the major criticism the way NGC can get, what do you respond to that?
In fact, me not one for the people the way they go directly to the grassroots and talk to them, educate them. If they are better off compared to the last 10 years, 20 years, and the last 59 years. So we go directly to the injured individual, them, the poor one, them. What in NGC do, including me, we champion that. During this time when Mr. Madabio, the CWE for lockdown the country for 3 days. Me, Haroun Zubairu, we champion them with the NGC party. We go now all the 27 of the slums them around Freetown. Yes, now me, again, not to NGC because this is not the time why wouldn't they lie about Dr. Yom Kelam. Me, Haroun Zubairu, now me come upon myself and say, for 3 days lockdown, I will go give people them 10 cup rice, onion, pepper, and Maggi for the 3 days when I lock them down. These are the grassroots. We think about the poor people and we go down the ground and we help them people and on several occasions. We feed people and we tell them, say we understand una pain. We understand una pain, and when they abuse them, they understand throw it water them. We are the people we go out there and speak on behalf of them. When we see policemen, they throw away water when they deprive them. Not only that, we give masks, we give buckets them, we give sanitizer. We make sure so we go to every community and go to the grassroots and talk about the constraints that within the airport they do, where they find with them, and help them as much as we can, even though we not to government, we do what we can able to do at this particular time until the election comes. We go tell them, say, if we take power, here's what we go do. We there for una, we go do everything it will be powerful, make sure say una come. Now I can say, we always the fight for the common good. We the fight for the power, fight for the people. This are the thing where we help for identify the disease that would go on. We talk about the education, how it dilapidated. We see how the government they lent plenty money. We see how the country today, the government not able for help the simple coronavirus. The government not able for pay the ordinary doctor them when at the front now we put the line in front. We able for go and communicate with the people. Probably you know the Siam because you're a big man and you're a wealthy man, you know the Siam. But we the ordinary man know what we do for them.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll make a clear to you say me not a wealthy man. I wish me not be a wealthy man. I probably do quite a lot if me not wealthy man. But yes, Mr. Haroun Zubairu, we'll zoom again. We turn again to NGC. NGC na new party we need for can bring kind of message to them to the people. But what the people that they say again is then they say the NGC former flag bearer because now former flag bearer, I don't know if get for be flag bearer again. When the Honorable Dr. Kale Yomkela, we're inside a part of government now, then see and say it calls you up to government. Even when you can try for oppose the Madabio government, they always try for juxtapose them with what it don't happen, try for give some sort of a little bit of leverage for help the government. So that the major criticism now they go on now where people think and say, well, we will expect say this man for come if for talk to power regardless. But now they say they cause you up. Like moreover, this incident where he say in lawyer them and their own team not see any legal base for condemn, for say, Mohamed Kone not for be appointed as Chief Electoral Commissioner, where the Constitution says it very clearly. Now 1A say this man is not qualified for become Chief Electoral Commissioner. So people they think I'm saying this now, not that just clarification on say, and the Honorable Kolayom is causing up to the BO administration. What's now you take?
Hey, Superman, you're a smart boy. You try to do things like that. But I tell you people there, waiting at the construct of the parliament. Today, APC gets 68 members in the parliament. SLPP then get 49 people in a parliament. C4C get 8 people in a parliament. NGC get only 4 people in. And then you get the paramount chief them. We get 14
no, Mr. Zubairu, I don't want to cut you off 1 minute, please. Right now, they don't change, not to 68 again. No, APC get 58, SLPP get 58. Because you know, say we don't pull APC, MP, then and put other, yes.
Okay, but again, but let's see how the votes they go. The paramount chief then get votes, then get 14. And then you get 3 independents. This time are the construct of the parliament, right? So not only we say that based on what they look, majority of the people are saying this man qualify. This is not their own opinion. Me say me differ with them. But majority of the people when they empower, when they represent the people, they come to the conclusion that the man qualified. All 14 of the chief them votes for him. The independents when are 3 votes for this man. SLPP vote for this man. Now APC no more. I don't know what Mohamed Bangura and they do because I'm confused. I don't know what side they. So we don't know. So the majority of them will look the case, they say the man qualified. So the other thing back where I find out say most people in our APC they question about Dr. Yom Kela. Superman, we're in our opposition. We see Alassane and Al-Hussein. We know they put them. But what do we get for do? We get for tell them say Alassane and Al-Hussein now the same people them. So what would they express themselves? What would they explain themselves? We go say, let me tell you, now the same thing Alassane be do. Now the same thing Al-Hussein they do now.
But let's just stop it and I say exactly so. If you let they say Alassane, APC and Alassane and Al-Hussein, then they do bad. If people can see una say una can do good, una say don't begin, they turn at the same side. How they go call una safe?
We not the turn at the other side. We only the look at. We say constructive criticism. What do we mean? If they say today the international world they can create a new generator, Nabo, we they welcome them. Anything where they come for progress that we country, we not shy away from them. We they clap for now, but the thing that when they go bad, we go criticize. But when they criticize, we not only criticize SLPP only, but when they say when they make reference to APC, what did they do? Make way before create a narrative about these two parties. Them the kind way out and they destroy this country for 59 years. Here's what Al-Hussein don't do. Here's what Al-Hussein they do. Both of them are the same people. Where you get a partner, so then they do. Where you get a partner, so then they do. So we'll continue to criticize them, but with the makeup, with the put them in context. Both parties are the same. So when I see APC and they question that.
Yes, thank you again. But I still want to frame the question. APC and SLPP, NGC the accused and say them party they do bad. That now my own accusation I don't give. But now the question where people they ask is, how comes Kane Yom Kela when they're part of government now because it's an MP, and then a parliament, he go say they don't see no legal objection because this is not black and white. When you take the 1991 constitutional salon, it talk about 75 say the chief electoral commissioner will become a chief electoral commissioner. Now the same validity for be a member of parliament. And you go 76 tell you say for like if you're not a public servant, you for not resign from a job at least 1 year before you go qualify. And we not say Mohamed can not resign 1 year before you qualify. In fact, just a week or so before they appoint him. And we not say the units where they head. Now a unit on an act of parliament create them and then they pay them from the consolidated fund. So that unit say the financial intelligence unit, now a public office. So when they work, they used to become a public officer. So what do they baffle everybody, legal people, them, lay people, them, lawyer, them, everybody is, how comes the Honorable Dr. Kane Yom Kela and lawyer them say they don't see no legal base for object to this man in nomination. This is still about for people. And Baku people at the chat place they ask that same question.
The reason why I make enough of baffled people, if we go by wait till they say so. So majority of the people in the parliament we get a voting right. They look at the law as you see them, as me see them. Even though me and you then are the same position, they come to the conclusion that the man is qualified. But me and you,
the people who see so, they don't say qualified. Now the SLPP people they say qualified. Then the paramount chief in that country, we know so whenever I get all the paramount chief, they always vote with the government of the day. So they are out of it.
What about the independents that will defect from SLPP? The independent, the winner, 3 of them, then votes for that.
Yes, but it doesn't mean so that people they do wrong. That don't justify. So let me say go do the wrong. NGC the argument say APC, SLPP always they do wrong anyway. So they don't see what they do wrong. They say go join them for do wrong. Then expect them they do the right thing.
Which I would say also, Supermed, this NGC decision is not to Dr. Yom Kela no more they make them. I want my people to know Dr. Yom Kela, they make decision based on the party where they come to consensus. So I want them if people to know. Then they come to consensus and decide who that how they go on a particular bill. So we get 4 people them within a member of parliament. We get the leadership, we get lawyers them, we get a team where they come and deliberate on issues them and then come with a conclusion. This is not only Kanda Yom Kela. So I want to make people and get this clear. It's not Kanda Yom Kela, and not the mistake that I do for my video when I point finger upon him that instead of the administration and the people who are the leader and the NGC. So that the big mistake where I cast the aspersions on him rather than the people who make the decision. And I say, I don't want to make yourself make the same mistake that the decision that they make, now Dr. Yom Kela, him and only solely him making the decision. That is not true. What did they do? Now they come and give the press release for the party. That's all. It's not Kanda Yom Kela, but the party NGC, they support certain things them.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Haroun Zubairu. We'll wrap up now because we'll be late for start. So with time, I think we'll get a few more minutes for wrap up. First, again, I want to tell you thank you. We don't kind of
extend
you know?
You want extend them?
No, yes, we'll go with the Adam Small, yes. With the Adam Small because
I mean,
you know, so we'll start a little bit late.
I mean, in 30 minutes, I go do and because I still get some time.
Okay, then thank you very much. No go reach out, go extend small. But one time again, thank you. One time people that are on the platform again, thank you plenty. We don't see plenty comments then. All man get their own opinion and views. And I can always tell people, they say, the truth, the facts and opinion, they're all different. You know, the facts are the facts. We not say 24 hours make a day. That's an international norm. All man don't agree that the world say 24 hours make a day. So this is a fact. We not say somebody can tell we say, Mr. Haroun Zubairu don't go buy Range Rover in America. We can't talk and say Mr. Haroun Zubairu don't go buy Range Rover in America. Now what the person can't tell we talk. Now to we talk, but not to fact. Because Mr. Haroun Zubairu will not go buy the Range Rover. So then opinion, and like where Mr. Haroun Zubairu they do so, they give your opinion in terms of the current government, the previous government, and about NGC as well. So now please all understand and from that angle, it's very important. Mr. Haroun Zubairu. Again, this topic here, so with people that accuse the leader in the parliament for NGC, when I be the former flag bearer for NGC, when a key stakeholder, I mean, you know, say as the party gets the executive, the chairman, the despite and others. But this man, like key stakeholders, people they say, this man will be very vocal during the election. He will hold many things into account. But since we don't go to parliament, the way they talk now, they talk very compromising. And then they expect them say, if for be the mouthpiece of the people as it be used for be. So you know, feel saying a minus, or maybe one of the key stakeholders them at the party for advice, the Honorable Dr. Kanda Yom Kela, maybe let it take up a role where people they go see him say this, and then they left any stone unturned. And then they cause you up to the government and they talk for the people.
Super mad. So there is a distinction. There's a difference when you're the campaign and when you're not a official. Right now, Kanda Yom Kela a official way na a legislator, meaning they talk about issues them will go benefit the people of the country. The 10 way kind of Yom Kippur they won was election. But one thing we know, and one thing the APC be able for paint kind of Yom Kippur was the man talk Bokubo. Someone come on, not the talk. No, the vice president with the fire, Samsumana. They don't talk. When can they talk Boku? When a man talk Boku, me say when they talk now. So Haroun Zubairu, they say, "Oh boy, you talk plenty, boy. Until you talk nonsense." That's how Salon people and they then they never use certain way for letting not talk. Now when you know they talk plenty, then they oppose them. But what thing kind of Yom Kippur they do? When people are not they see, probably people are not they get them. For every issue where they come out, can the Yom Kippur they put a press release? Not only that, every month we they put press release, we make Dennis Bright they talk about the issues that they go on in our country. Not only that, we they go on national television at AYV with Dr. Bright. They talk about the issues that they affect the country. Dr. Yom Kippur and the team, they come to conclusion and write on certain issues them. When it's necessary for let it go on radio, television them, it go. So when the people understand, when you talk, they say you talk Boku. When you not talk, they say you know they talk. But at this particular time, we're not there for election. Right now, we're there for make the country better. So at that point, that angle there, Dr. Yom Kippur, they see things.
Okay, thank you very much again. Now let we zoom in to the economic situation of the country. The slogan say the grand dry. What did you take in terms of the economic situation of the country they like today?
The country not only dry now, a desert. There's no water, my friend. I mean, it's worst. Let me tell you, an average person today live under $1. Almost 1 million people that they go sleep today with no meal in their stomach. Today, 100,000 people in there today will not get place for sleep. Today, 700 people in our country get hepatitis B. Almost 100,000 today get HIV/AIDS. People in they die for preventable disease them, from stroke to lung disease that we country. Today we see how Mother Bill they lent money around the world in order to equal to the people in the country. The international community, just this from March to today, let's tell you how much the international community don't give we country. From the IMF, they give we $147 million. The World Bank give we $100 million. The Islamic Development Bank give we 25 million. The EU give we 10 million. This is within 6 months. For let Mother Bio able for pay the frontline doctor them, the nurses them today in what game. We see how Mother Bio squeeze the money. Not only that, Mrs. Bio, Fatima Bio, when I actress, when they make like I say, it did for the picking them. The government of Ireland and the EU give us 65 million euro for help them picking away when they rape, sexual violence. Then give Mrs. Bio 3 million. Mrs. Bio, not spend for the picking. The telephone, the hotline, it take 1 year and 5 months for let Mrs. Bio able to come up with that line. The unemployment rate today is 65% now in the country. Infant death today, 1 out of every 7-year-old kid they die at age 2. 1 out of every 17 billion woman they die at age 1 out of every 17 woman they die from giving birth to a child. This is the country where we did. There's nothing that they can. Let me tell you, an average ambassador today in our country, Mother Bio, they pay them $8,000. The average teacher they get 1.1 million, when $110 million, $110 per month. We wage majority of the money today it they go per wages. Other than Mother Bio higher. Now most of the people who come in at the south, when I mandate them. This is the country where we did. So anytime where then you get tribalism, regionalism, and somebody where they divide the country. Now this way they get. The country dry. It dry past a desert. I can tell you that, Sam.
Wow, that analysis there. With that analysis there, I want to tell viewers and back, say, from next week Saturday, inside the program, inside Salon today at the Then and Now Media Empire, we will get somebody where you can talk to we about the land issue. When I don't get the land wahala in the country, where people they take people in the land, authorities and they back them people and they all that problem there. Next week, Saturday, same time, now this platform, we'll go talk about them. And that show they then go beam them live. Now a big television station na Salon day. Where we are setting up the people in Salon go see them. So now big topic. So please, una pen that date set down. Next Saturday, 8 p.m. British time, 7 p.m. Salon time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. That program is going on this platform here so live. So please, do not forget. When I go see the flyers them and when I go see the reminder. So when I share them back, man, plenty people them can listen from that expert who can talk about that land issue there. The land will allow them for our country. And again, Mr. Haroun Zubairu, we want to tell you thank you plenty because we don't cover plenty topic them today. And we on this platform, we ask the critical questions. The guests them, they answer, una the viewers them, they make up on our mind. You know, the case we put them there, open one. Like when Mr. Haroun Zubairu don't come, he don't can talk plenty thing them where pertaining to country. So we say go make a mind up. We say go think about them from the different angle we'll get for think about them. So we are as objective as possible. Like what I said, we don't ask the question them to the best of our own ability. So again, we can give the floor to Mr. Haroun Zubairu, like round up. I want to continue for telling thank you. Mr. Haroun Zubairu, in another 2 minutes, we just want to make you round up, make you talk about issues them in terms of politics, in terms of the next election, how you see the country, what do you think of, say, go happen, or what do you hope for happen in the next coming election, 2022, 2023, what do you hope, what do you dream for the country, Mama Salon?
Thank you, Supermayor. Thank you very much for actually inviting me to this, right? 2023, we don't have to make 2024. It's going to be the fight for the country. It's going to be a bloodbath. I can assure you that now. It's going to be a
bloodbath.
Yes. No, I'm saying, no, I'm not saying no more. It's going to be a contentious fight for the country, for the betterment. I hope say war no will come out because no say matter you intend for great war. But let me tell you, we go able to analyze and determine whether or not Marabio for run the country the next time. But what you see today, Marabio lent more money, bring no investor in our country. We infrastructure dilapidated the way a meter is broken today. We electrical system is bad. Unemployment is still the same. The education is nothing. In fact, it spent only $40 per pupil for the Pekinum. It said it bring 50 bus them, it fumble them. Now 2.2 million Pekinum they go school today. The class size is huge. The teachers are not qualified. They're not to give them the tools. We internet system are the worst. We road system are the worst. Disease they go up. And we see our corruption they evolve now we country from this man. We country is in peril. Now we got to take the country back. And we get in for fights for the country. And we go do them by God in power.
Okay, thank you very much, Brother Haroun Zubairu again. And once again, thank you to people in the chat room, Mr. Khalid, we get Sister Beatrice, we get Mr. Santigi, we get Bobo Labo, we get Madam Binta, we get Madam Mariam, we get Mr. Ibrahim, Mr. Idris, we get so many people who don't make plenty comments. We tell now all thank you. We're not going to call now because see, this is in hundreds, the comments and pass mark. We're not going to read them out as well because it will take the whole time today. But yes, one time, thank you. And I don't forget, inside Salon today, 8 p.m. UK time, 7 p.m. Salon time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Next Saturday, we'll get somebody where they can talk about land issue, the land war in our country. And that program is the first program where they beam live in television in Salon. So please, not join. We want to all thank you. When I don't patience we for the technical difficulties when we get to the program starts. And one time we guess again. Thank you, plenty. We don't know for appreciate the support when I get to this platform here. And with the original, please, when I go now YouTube page, when I subscribe, please, because I'm going to get all them programs that direct to now. So I'm going to see them back. Now go repeat, I will go use them for references as time they go along. So they tell me again, thank you for all the continuous support to Give and special thanks to the guest, Mr. Haroun Zubairu. You've been brilliant. God bless you, my brother.
Thank you so much for inviting me, my friend. It was fun. It was fun, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.